Blessings, everyone. This is Keleena. I'm recording this from my new little balcony in my new place here in Sedona, and I wanted to record it from here so that you can receive the energy of Sedona in this video. Behind me over here is Castle Rock, and very powerful energy coming off of that. Also, the property right behind me here, a lot of elemental energy coming in, always connecting with them on a daily basis. So for those of you that have wondered and emailed and said, Keleena, where's your video? I've been waiting. I've just been in a transition of moving, and it's taken some time. It took me the month of September, partially through September to move. And then I finally got in here and started unpacking, and boom, every time I tried to place something, it wasn't going where I was trying to place it. Like the ego wanted to put it here, but then the actual object that I was placing didn't like it there. So I was like, okay, and I was putting it back in the box, or I was putting it back into on the floor next to the box. So there was just all kinds of stuff happening, and I just had to let it all be for a few days, and now it's starting to come together a little more. So that's what I've been doing, and I want to go over this October energy with you. So I thought I had moved into a position where the sun was not affecting, but I think every time that the sun's going to move a little bit, we're going to get the light codes coming in. So yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's been cloudy. They've been doing a lot of what in the skies, but today is the day they actually allowed it to just be free. So okay, so I want to talk about October, because it's such a huge month of transformation, and some of you are going to feel like chaotic. You're going to have stuff coming up in you that's going to make you feel edgy. You're going to feel like, you don't want to be here. And when you have that feeling that you don't want to be here, that just means that you're not aligned with the source self that you are. You're not connected with your source self. You're separating yourself. So remember that. But it's truly a month also of, of removal again. There's deep transformation going on. And a lot of you are going, you always say it's transformation. And it is. It's because it's in different layers. It's everything is layered because there's been so many lifetimes. If you go and try to remove everything all at once, I'm not sure what would really happen. Well, my team just said nothing. It would not happen like that. It's not going to work like that. They just said so. Okay. So you're going through deep transformation, and some of you are going through this transformation. You're going through these triggers, triggers at work, these triggers with the forces of separation that are happening on the planet right now, these triggers of between partners, these triggers with just people in the public, just because so many people are still asleep. They're not awake fully yet to or aware of what is going on. And you are awake, otherwise you wouldn't be listening. So observe yourself in the situations and observe the other people, and allow yourself to feel the emotions that are rising in you, but also allow yourself to bring it into your heart. Like I always transfer it with love. Transfer it with the love of your heart. There's people out there laughing about love and light. There's a lot of people that are, and that's just not right. People going, oh, you people claim love and light, and look what's happening on Earth. Well, what's happening on Earth is from all of the programs that were created through humans in a structure that's parallel to your reality. Okay, this is what's just coming through me. So, and in these forces of the nature behind those beings and your beingness, as you're transforming this, as you're allowing yourself to release all of the chaos within you, to release everything that's been held in your DNA that is mutilated that is dysfunctional, you're releasing through the body, the physical body, all these distortions to release yourself from a controlled being, to allow yourself to be a being of freedom, to allow yourself to be that Christed being that you truly are, the angelic, the divine being. And in this awareness and in this knowingness, as this transformation is happening through you, you don't have to allow anger or jealousy or resentment or control to take over you. What you need to know is know that those things are part of that old program that created the old human being, that created the patriarchal control program that you've been running under for a long time. This is not where you're supposed to be. It's not who you are. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. It's not what you came back here for. You came back here to actually assist with the process and assist with divine Mother Gaia's ascension by transforming all of this negative energy through you, because we're the ones that actually brought it here in many of the lifetimes and created it. Although the distortion was created by other beings as well, you held yourself in that lower vibration throughout your lifetimes. Now you're here to actually raise your vibration, to clear yourself of these things, of these feelings, of these old emotions that are connected through your DNA of parallel lifetimes or lifetimes of the past. And in this process, you are becoming purity. You're purifying yourself. You're transforming yourself into the Christ golden light that you are. And so as I'm saying that, they just pointed out the gold on me. You can see the gold on me because we are golden. Okay. And my computer is sliding. Wants to get closer. So you can see this golden, it's like a crystalline light. This is who you are through purification. You are that Christ light. You are the light of the sun. You know, it's where we come from. So you're going back to that. You're going back to purity. And in this evolution, okay, that's happening on the earth for humanity and within each person individually, you're going to go through what feels like mental torture, emotional torture, but don't let it, okay? Don't let it become that for you. Take that energy that it's when it's happening, embrace it in that time, give yourself a hug, love yourself, and then remove the polarity that you're seeing, okay? Remove the polarities that are upon the earth, remove the duality that's been within yourself and that you see on the planet by feeding yourself with this love. I'm sorry, my computer's sliding. I'm outside on my patio, and so this is all propped up on, because it's all propped up on my moving stuff. Well, maybe it'll stay now. Okay, it got caught on something. So yeah, there's always something fun with Keleena. So allow yourself to really just observe and be aware of everything that's going around you without getting involved or becoming entrapped in that, okay? Because that's what they're trying to do out there. They're trying to hold you back in fear even more with what's happening. But let the fear go and know that you're here to live as the divine being that you are, as the angelic presence that you are, as that Christ itself that you are. So when you can truly, truly, truly let go of the things of the past, okay? Let go of all that you've been holding on to from the past. The things, and I'm going to say everything, the things also that really created some kind of dilemma within you that you've been holding on to and that you haven't been able to heal yet because you still are carrying either guilt, shame, fear, anxiety, anger with. You're here to heal that by giving love to the entire situation. So I want you right now to just embrace yourself. Allow yourself to see your past in your third eye or your imagination. Anything that happened to you had to happen because it was an experience you came here for, but it's also an experience for you to create new opportunity from. And if you don't love it and transform it, so if it was something that you are intending as bad, because remember, there is no bad and good, that's creating duality or that's showing you polarization. Remember that everything's always in love. Your experiences are always, always, always in love. And it's the love for you to know who you are. So see your past, allow yourself to see it really quick. And with a beautiful open heart, send love to it, embrace it in love, and let it go. Let those things go. Don't hold on to them anymore, because when you hold on to them, you don't allow your future to happen. You create a stagnation. And a stagnation is created in a belief system. And a belief system is when you are not focusing on who you truly are and allowing yourself to be the divinity that you are, which is source. Okay, allow that to release. Give you just a minute there. Transform those feelings that you have about yourself. I'm just going to try to adjust this real quick while you're doing that. So you truly let go of the things that you've held on to that have held you in fear, okay? And that's what they're trying to do on this planet right now. They're really using certain things as a piece of the game to hold you in a fear or create a new fear within you. And you don't want to play that game, okay? You're done with that. You did not come back here for that. You came here to be in love. You came here to expand and grow. And you came here to be that potential, to know who you are, and don't limit yourself by what's happening on the planet. That's all distortion. It's all an illusion that is actually successfully being brought up to be resolved and dissolved. And it's happening within you. So each trigger is happening out there. As within, so without. As above, so below. This is happening everywhere to come into your sacred heart, to live from this space of divine love. Okay? All right. So transformation's continuing, okay? There's going to be a whole lot of stuff happening the next, and they're giving me January right now, so a whole lot of what may seem like chaotic events to the 3D world. You know, and most of you that usually listen to me are fourth dimensional, because most people, that's where you're at right now. Okay. The fifth dimension is where you're becoming the light body and where your consciousness is always fifth dimensional. And there's some of us that are focusing on becoming that light body, but most of the earth right now is in, those of you that are fourth dimensional, that's the healing dimension. That's where the things in the head are coming up. That's where the emotional, the mental, the physical body, you're feeling the change is happening. And that's where you are. I know it's a lot of people going, we're 5D. No, you're not. 5D is a consciousness, and you can connect with it and tap into it and bring that energy through you. But you've got to become that light body to be fifth dimensional and higher, okay? And there will be people that say other things. I can only tell you what my team is bringing through for me, and from the different dimensions and how they show them to me, that's how I see the events happening. So the other thing for this month is really focusing on your divine passion, what's important for you. There's going to be things coming up that you really have to take a look at and see what's the most important thing for you to focus on right now. Okay, and for most of you, it's to focus on your healing. And to letting go of the outside world and focusing on your healing, focusing on your strength and your courage, what you came back here today, you came back here as this divine human being, and to stand in your power and to step into your power and to say no to the things that don't agree with your soul. Okay? What's your highest priority for you? What's your highest priority at this higher elevated level in your knowingness, not coming from 3D? What's your highest priority through this healing process when you know the truth that works for you and your family? Now, for those of you that might be older and have older children that are experiencing something at a 3D level, but you're awake, sometimes they are to experience those things for their own self so that they can go through it and then have an opportunity come to them for their own transformation. So if they're older and they're able to make their decisions, sometimes you have to let them be. And I'm talking about somebody who is 18 or older, okay? Not talking about the ones that you're a guardian for. So the other thing is so really see these things like, I know there's a lot of people out there that are finally for the first time waking up and realizing, why do I have all this stuff? And if you have just tuned to me now, you don't know about my process where my team has always had me just leave everything behind. And then every time I have to move or leave it, I leave everything behind that I had that energy with it. And I had to let it go. I wasn't allowed to hold on to it. I had to just give it away, you know, and not utilize it, not bring it with me. And this happened again. So here I am, moved again. And I gave a lot of things away again, and I moved with me again. And my crystals, I only have some outside furniture. I didn't have any inside furniture from the last house because I wasn't allowed to. There's a whole funny story about that one. But what I did buy is I bought more plants. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them behind me, but maybe not. I've got Buddha behind me with some plants. But as I'm bringing more of Mother Earth inside into my home, and I go without, because where we're going, we're not going to need stuff. We've never needed stuff. Stuff was only connected to who has more, you know, expensive things, shiny things, you know, because it was in some form of your life, you may have gone through a lack process that put you into the program that I need to have these things. I need them to be the best things. In reality, it's not part of this process. The process is letting go of those things. So just let them go. So a lot of you are cleaning out your space, clearing out your clutter. Remember, the more clutter you have in your house, the more clutter you have in your head. So let it go. Now, there's a lot of you through this purification, you're learning different foods are not jiving with you. And so you're eating certain foods and they're causing chemical imbalances in you. They may be causing stomach aches, colon upset, intestinal, digestive issues. Of course, what that's showing is that you're holding on to and that you have blockages in those areas and for your energy system. But it's also showing you that as you're ascending, the physical body is letting go of more dense food. And do it on your own. When your body shows you, and I'm gonna be blunt here because people have to know this, is when you get belching all the time from a food or the air is going out the other way, that's your body telling you that that food is not for you anymore, okay? But you need to let that food go. Your body's not able to dissolve it the way it used to. Our physical bodies were not made to dissolve gluten. That's one of the biggest things. Since a child, I was not able to dissolve that through my body. I always had issues with the lower stomach. I had the throat and ear issues because I was a transformer, because I am a transformer. But my body I would eat and then my belly would bloat as a child, as a young teen. And then when I finally was old enough to say I'm not eating that anymore and started to take those things out of my diet, especially dairy. Dairy would bother my sinuses so bad. I would always have sinus infections, congestion and stuff. And I was never taken to an allergist to have any of that stuff tested. So as I took it out of my own diet, because my body could not handle it, because I'm a sensitive, empathic being of light, which a lot of you are, okay? I'm not saying that to make myself better than anyone. I'm saying it to explain, because I explain from experience. listen to your body. Your body's saying no more. Okay. Adjust your food because your frequency is adjusting this month. This month, the frequency from these powerful codes coming in, they're adjusting your vibration, they're adjusting your frequency. And how they adjust your vibration and frequency is through that triggering process, is through that process of transformation, because you're transforming the things that are dense to you and the things that you have to let go of. And a lot of those are connected to emotion, they're connected to the pain body, they're connected to the mental body, and they're this life and the other lives as well. Okay. So purification is really important. Moderation in things is important. Moderation in what you hold on to in your life, in your setting, and moderation in your food, and moderation in everything. You don't need things. We're moving away from that. We are going back to the basics. And I've been talking about this for a while. You're going to be going back to the basics a lot more than you think. Okay. And I've said this before to people. I say this on my Patreon members. I have a Patreon thing where I help with Ascension and questions and do light language activations and healings and all kinds of stuff on there. And that's www.patreon.com/Keleena Malner. If you're interested in checking that out, you can go and look at that. But here's the thing. We have got to be able to remember that our healing not only benefits ourselves, it benefits the collective consciousness of this planet, because the collective consciousness planet is everyone and everything. So if you're putting into it, if you're getting triggered, okay, and you're not healing that trigger, instead you're getting angry and resentment and you're taking it out on people, what's happening is you're putting that energy back out there into the collective consciousness. And that's not what you came here for. You came here to transform it in love. And you came here for that, to change this consciousness. You came here to change yourself, and you came here to assist Gaia with her ascension. Okay. And we're assisting her by being here and transforming this energy within ourselves. Okay. For the collective, for Gaia, first and foremost. All right. So there's a lot more people that are waking up than I'm getting energy for. A lot more people are waking up this month. There's going to be some things that are going to pop in that are going to be extremely distracting to people that are awake. Okay. Don't get pulled into that distraction, but there's also going to be, with this awakening, people that are like coming out of the closet. Okay. They're just waking up. They're just opening that door to see the truth. They're just opening that door for the first time and saying, you know, oh my gosh, I've been stuck in this reality. What is this? What's been going on? And it's really the watch that movie, The Matrix. I didn't see it. I haven't seen it. I had never seen it until just like, I think it was one of my friends. I was at her house and she played it for me. And there was a part in there that I saw actually happening to me years ago, back in like 2008, when the numbers were coming down on the walls. I literally woke up in the middle of the night one night, sat straight up in my bed, and in my peripheral vision, I saw numbers coming down and numbers going up. And I was like, what the? Even though I have been awake my whole life, there's different parts of my own process where I'm like, why are they showing this to me? You know, okay, these were the codes coming in and leaving, you know, information coming in, information flowing out to source. So it's who we are, you guys. And so those people that are waking up, that start seeing these things, they're going to possibly be a little chaotic. Okay. You're already awake. So try to help those people. I've always said, you woke up first, so be that helping hand for others. Okay. Extend your hand, try to explain, and be in ease and grace with it. Try to stay in that love vibration when you're doing it. Keep yourself in that higher vibration, in the upper spheres. My team has been working me with spheres a lot lately, and I'm going to be doing that on the Patreon too. I've already started that, bringing everyone into the spheres, and it really transforms. They go up really high with it, so it's really awesome. Okay, so also detaching from any kind of drama of this illusionary world is so important, but also detaching from the drama within yourself, because when something comes up that you get triggered with, don't create it as a drama. Go, oh, okay, that thing needed to come up. What do I need to see with it? What do I need to do with it? How can I resolve this so that I can move forward? Love it. Okay. Love it. Love what came up so that you can see it within yourself and know that's just a piece of you, a part of you that's within your DNA makeup that needed to come up, that you've been holding in there for a long time, and let it go. Okay. Also be really on top of clearing your energy this month and the next few months. Really, you can call in. I call in. There's many people you can call in or do it yourself. Some people do saging and things like that. But when I call in El Moria and Archangel Michael to clear me, see, they just came in. As soon as I said that, boom, they just came in and cleared me. The other thing that's really big is I was shown, I don't know how many months ago, maybe 5 months ago or so, the platinum violet flame. And so if I call in, I now call forth the platinum violet flame. It just comes out of my heart and it goes through and it clears everything. And that, of course, was a gift back from Saint Germain. And I believe showing me Archangel Zadkiel connected with that as well. So continue to clear yourself, but also remember to clear the earth. Okay. You know, violet flame the earth, violet flame where you're going. If you have to travel, violet flame the airport, violet flame the plane, the taxi, whatever. Utilize that energy because it's so powerful and it's on the planet. When I was in Shasta back in June, Saint Germain kept showing himself to me, and the light, the violet light, just kept coming down, and Lady Nada kept coming down with him. The two, because Lady Nada is one of the embodiment energies that I have. So I was working with her, and Saint Germain was showing me some things. So those two work together out in the spheres. They just said that's interesting in the spheres, but a lot of other ones do as well. So this is what I'm getting for the energy of this month. So you're going to feel a little, things are going to come up. You're not going to know where they're coming from. Allow yourself to feel it, and then let it go. Transform it in love. Get out on the earth. Lay on Mother. Hug a tree. Be in the water. It's so important to have that time with her. I did that just a couple of days ago when William and I had a little kind of a disagreement, and I was like, okay, he needs to do this himself. I can't help him with this, and I just needed Gaia really bad, and I just went out on the earth and I laid on her, and I just felt all that stuff coming off of me, and it cleared me so quickly. So be on Mother. Let me just flip this up for you guys a little bit there so you can see. I was trying to get those rays all up. So there we are, Castle Rock back there for you guys again. So I'm going to give you a little light language to help you guys out for this month. There's going to be more coming. This is the first half of the month. The other thing also is, and yes, thank you, they're just reminding me, creation. Create. Focus on your passion, focus on your desire, focus on what you want. If there's something that you've been wanting to do or create for a long time and you haven't done it yet, please do it, okay? Start that passion, fill that desire. As long as it aligns with your heart and your inner being and who you are and what you came back here for, it's just going to flow. It's going to happen like that. Don't hold yourself back, okay? Nikita tush na marantiana iya shashutakra patenimia at. Ana ene mia sasukate ananoshur mihanu yara sasutakurkutukurkutukurkututu bush nash sekite at akite emanura niana kurian namari nashnuriantas sit yan hara kur nier muotemi te riron kurian namakarande. And for those of you that don't or are not familiar with light language, it's the language of light. I just did had an interview with ascendingawareness.com. You can go and find it's posted on MeWe, but you can go to Ascending Awareness on Vimeo and see that video. I'll be posting it in other places as soon as I can, and it will come out in my newsletter, which I have not had a chance to do that yet either. So for those of you that want to sign up for the newsletter, just go to KeleenaMilner.com and sign up for that. You get free free, what do you call it, meditations, information that I bring through it. It's not in the video, okay? And also I have, if I'm running specials or if there's an event coming, it's listed on there for you. Ma'antaniera, takarash narsus, tatikirika, tikirika, takura oputur, mama annakirendikirengi, no, ya, ayana ha ha, anu. Only the highest benevolent source love light beings are allowed to work through me, and this transfers from my heart to yours. Nyahiko nya, namiana nai, tatiara kiranta naria, Maria mia miana od, aya aquata. So I just felt some of you, I felt like energy lifting from the sacral. And I just felt like solar plexus opening with that. Sasuch mach nierara tuch munien te iana ad kuarasas. Tashuntami. Okay. There's the fairies are here, but I'm not going to have them come through. I'm going to do a different video for that. Also, you guys, there's another thing that's going on with a lot of us, and for me it's been going on since probably about 2017, where and I have other friends that it's been happening since then as well. We are forgetting things, and that's what we think it is. We're forgetting things, but we're really not forgetting. What's actually happening is we're really becoming connected with our higher self, our inner being. We are stepping more into our I am presence and allowing the higher self to really take over. And that's what the last video of September was about, where we're dissolving the old ego. And the ego distortions, and you're becoming more of the present higher self that you are. And in this, when we do this, we tend not to regain the things that we don't need to for the moment that we're in. And that happens to me a lot every day. I can talk to William in the morning, and then in the evening, he'll be like, well, maybe you were talking about this morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't remember it. And it was a moment thing. So as we are becoming these beings that are here to live in the moment, that's all that we need to focus on is the moment. Anything that is from the past, it's not important anymore. It's like it's irrelevant. You know, if it's something really important that we need to write down, put it on a journal or a piece of paper or something. But you know, I've had people saying, Keleena, I'm forgetting everything. I'm at work. I don't know what to do. And so I'm just telling you, put it on a Post-it, you know, whatever it is. Friends have been giving me picture numbers, but there's things that I've done a few years ago, 5 years ago, more than that, even minutes ago, and then all of a sudden, I don't remember it. And it has nothing to do with my nutrition, because I eat well, I take liquid vitamins and all of that kind of stuff. So it has nothing to do with that. When I really tuned in to Spirit showed me, because we're being in the moment. And we're in the moment, we're living in the moment. We don't need to hold on to the things that are not of any kind of importance in that moment when you're doing something specific. So if you talk to a friend and a friend doesn't remember a conversation you had with them, don't be upset with your friend. Just understand what your friend is going through, okay? Oh, they're going through that part of their process, okay? You'll be going through it too. You will. So the things that we are going to remember or be able to tap into will be the things that are of the most importance. And that's just, that's how it is. Hello, getting a message. The neutral, divine beings of light understand this part of the process. It is an act of love. It is also strength. It's a strength of tapping into your knowing in the moment and not needing outside influence or determining factors to show you or tell you what you need to say, do, or be. Allow yourself to be you. If someone does not like it, if someone emotionally attacks you from it, If someone becomes angry over it, it is their own trigger. So in this awareness, allow all to be observe and be in love. That's the Sedona tourism up there. There's a helicopter somewhere. So hang on for a second. Wee. النورة كنان يانا كران 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 ماما ناشونتا مايا كاراس. Okay. That's the first half of this month that I'm getting that is coming in. So I'm getting ready to head out for grid work just after Mercury retrograde. I've been called to grid work. I was called to it in August, and now I have to go because they are giving me the push. You've got to go now. So I'm going to be doing as much as I can from where the place I'm going to be, and I will still be doing my videos and stuff. But if you're getting the push to go somewhere, to do something, don't be in fear on it. Go, because know that source always has your back. So this is working out for me. Everything's in divine time. I'm meeting the right people. And there are Sisters of the Rose that are joining me because this is divine feminine work and it has to be done. That's what I keep hearing, is it has to be done. It needs to be done. And I lead these women in this, and it's very important. And what they're showing me is they're showing me I am one of the divine feminine fifth dimensional leaders for the North Crystalline Grid, and I will be leading more and more women to these sacred places and sites to do these things. And this is not something that I ever thought I would be doing. So when I was shown this, I was literally shown it today and yesterday. It was yesterday morning. And I was like, me? I thought to me, that was me. Me? I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, wait, are you sure? And I've known for the last year that my work was changing, but I didn't think it was going to be this. So that's going to be part of my work. And there's other things that are coming too that I don't even, I'm like really shocked with that they're showing me that I'm going to be doing, but I'm just like, that's really not me. But it is part of me as a leader that has no ego that is needed for the planet, because when there's a leader that has no ego, then we don't create distortion, and there's no ulterior motive for the work that I'm going to be doing. And I'm really kind of shocked with it because I'm like, that totally, I'm just like, what? So yeah, so more on that as it comes. Okay, you guys, I love you. I wish you all a beautiful October. See everything in the light, and remember that freedom is yours always. Get on the ground, get your hands on the ground, and I taught this a few years ago. Just say out loud, freedom, 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 and connect to Mother Earth like that and claim your freedom, because you are God's sovereign being, and it is your right to be free with everything, okay? Everything as a divine human. You are free to be here, and you're free to have the choices within yourself for your body, to allow yourself to step in your courage, and for all that you know is right. You're allowed to free that and flow that wherever you need to in an easy and graceful manner with respect to the other people that don't understand it. Okay? More coming. Second half of the month video will be on Patreon on the tier level 1, and I will see some of you soon. I love you. Eternal love, eternal light, eternal life. Mayakita Ayaat. Blessings.
Yo soy tú.